Hello everyone, this is Mark Gross again, Superintendent of the Morris Area School District. Thank you for watching. Once again, just to try to personalize this journey that we're all on, wanted to send you a quick video update, and hopefully it will be very quick. We've received so many questions, so many emails. I apologize we had to put out this week, sort of some communication that please be patient, please wait, because we certainly would want to get back to everyone in real time, but as we're planning and those emails were piling up, I certainly wanted you to realize that we just didn't have the opportunity to email each and every individual. But good news is to come. Your questions will be answered. We have spent this entire week piloting, and I'll go back. If you remember, I said there's 3 options in our plan that the committee, I'll keep reiterating that this is a committee. We have 3 options. One, coming back 5 days a week with COVID protocol. And obviously we shared the draft that plan. You'll see what that looks like, and we'll continue to tweak that. The second option would be live stream, which I'll talk about in a little bit. I think there may be some confusion with that, so I may be able to clear some of that up here in a few minutes. And the third being our Cyber Academy. So where have we been? Well, where we are in real time is this week. We know what the coming back to school looks like for the most part and the COVID protocols. And we also know what the C option is, the Mars Area Cyber Academy. What we believe is the most critical piece is the second option, the live stream, to make sure that is highly interactive, that is relevant, and that it's somewhat rigorous to the point that the instructional quality is there that you would expect. So with that, we've been focused on that second option, which required the implementation of cameras. Lapel mics. Our technology department helped us identify the cameras needed. All of the classrooms will be equipped with a camera. All teachers will be equipped with a lapel mic. We've been practicing that this week. We had representatives from the teachers, from our teachers came in this week to see what we're dealing with, critique us a little bit, ask questions, what works, what doesn't work. Their input was invaluable, so thanks to those teachers that took the time to help us preview today. We have since spent some time just piloting in general, everything from how far the camera needs to be to how we share our Promethean board screens, all of those things. So that's what this week was. This week was very much just focusing in on that equipment and technology and how that'll work for the live stream option. Next steps in this. Next Monday, we will be meeting with K-6 teachers virtually, and we will then be following up with a 7 through 12 teacher meeting virtually, where we will be going over the plan and making sure that those teacher questions are also addressed to try to alleviate any anxieties that are occurring with our reopening of schools. Immediately following the teacher discussions on Monday, on Thursday, we will be bringing the entire planning committee back together. We promised to do that. We took a little bit of break so we can work on things similar to what I just shared, but we will be coming back next Thursday with the entire committee to take a look at our plan, our progress to date, and make sure that we're willing and ready to now move forward with that final step, which I promised, it's coming. That final step being on August 4th at the board meeting, or after the board meeting, we are going to ask those that wish to remain on or log in on August 4th in the evening. That is the opportunity for community questions, our answers to the community, to have that very open dialogue. And I'm sure that many of the things that people were concerned about have been answered, and through that evening we may realize that we have to consider even more. So the community input piece that you've been waiting for will be August 4th. Immediately follow the board meeting, we will enter into that. In order to prepare for that meeting, we are going to send an FAQ. As I said, we've gotten lots of questions. We've had lots of questions ourselves. We're putting an FAQ together to put out next week. At some point next week, you will get an FAQ with the questions and answers. And what we're hoping that FAQ does is allow for that August 4th night to be limited to questions or concerns specifically to things that perhaps have not been answered yet. So that should streamline that August 4th process. So it's just a quick update of where we are in time. We are still in the planning phase. I continue to say that. We are still in the planning phase, and it will end right around August 4th when we get that final input from the community and we're able to ask questions and tweak that plan after that. So an early August adoption, formal adoption, is what we're still planning for. I do want to take a minute and just briefly talk about that live stream option that we're talking about. Those of you that elected to come back 5 days a week, you know there's specific protocols that need to be in place. Obviously that's live instruction. That hasn't caused too much concern other than the safety issues surrounding being back in a school. Those choosing the Mars Area Cyber Academy know what that looks like. It's waterfront learning. The questions, a lot of questions we get are the live stream. I want to get one thing out of the way, and hopefully this will help clarify where we are. And we'll clarify this even greater later. But the live stream option is more interaction than what was experienced in the spring, where students can log in, see their teachers in real time, hear the instruction in real time. But it is not being on all day, all period. Once students, and it'll be so different depending on the grade level, but your child will be able to log in, be given the lesson, but we also know having someone sit period after period after period and after period and just simply live streaming it is not appropriate. So it's not a 100% of the day. It's not a one size fits all. It's basically the opportunity to be taught the lessons while staying at home, and if and when into practice is needed, having the ability to log off and have that time to work independently until it's requested that you come back on. So we'll explain more of that. I'm sure we'll get lots and lots of more questions of that. But I would just want folks to know it is not all day, every day, all period long, sitting and watching their teacher. There's so many examples to use. For example, I'll use a math class. Zoom in on a Monday, get a math lesson, have the opportunity to hear the interaction on questions. Math teacher cuts those students that are in class loose, saying from here to the end of the period, I want you to work on these questions. We'll come back on tomorrow to review. At that point, the students from home, unless there's questions, can log off. And they can simply log on the next day. Again, that'll be different by subject, by period, by content, by developmental level. So hopefully that explains a little bit, because I think some folks were concerned that it's, wow, my child has to log on and basically sit and watch their classrooms every single period all day long. I think that's not feasible, but they will have the opportunity to log in and see direct lessons up until the point that they can then log off and work independently. So with that being said, I hopefully I answered most of your questions. Again, wanted to come live again one more time to just give you an update. And again, thank you so much for your interest. Thanks so much for giving us the questions you've given us to help us focus. And look forward to that FAQ next week. And then I'll also look forward to seeing those of you that are going to join us on August 4th. Thanks, and have a great rest of your week.